Hi, this is Joe's Corner 76. I will be commenting on issues that affect the human condition. To change the human condition, we need to be engaged. I would like to hear from you. The reality of climate change. We all need to look at the subject of climate change with what I believe is a balanced viewpoint. There has to be a balance between the pro climate believers and the climate change deniers. There's really too much on the table for any government to ignore the validity of fossil fuels and the benefits they provided us with and continue to do so. They're here to stay for a while. During the last 120 years, fossil fuels have lifted us up from back-breaking manual labor to the modern post-industrial society of today. The fossil fuel industry is vital in many areas. Agriculture and food production are dependent on fossil fuels, and they are directly related to the food abundance we enjoy today. Our food chain would be totally broken without this energy to harvest, process, and transport our fuel. Our country has a relatively small population, but it's a large country. And with our cold climate, fossil fuels keep us warm and power our manufacturing and transportation industries. We are able to travel the country because of fossil fuels. The nation was built by vehicles from trains to cars to planes. Fossil fuels bound the nation together. It will be needed for a lot longer until alternate energy sources are available. We use oil to produce many products like plastics, CDs, DVDs, PP equipment, computers, ventilators, cosmetics, medicine, clothing, solar panels, chewing gum, toothpaste, and many more. Even the most bullish of the forecasters on renewable energy say it's still far from when we can have 100% renewable energy that many would like to fantasize about. But in 2040, most of the world's energy will still come from fossil fuels. The use of fossil fuels does produce carbon dioxide, which is released in the atmosphere, which causes climate change. This has been at the center of the debate on climate change, with the proponents and deniers with completely different stories. Climate deniers will cherry pick facts about climate change and twist them into a tale that make people believe that climate change is caused by humanity is not true. They say any change is natural. There are special interest groups who spend millions to promote the denial of climate change. On the other side of the debate are the proponents who say that climate change is driven by human activity. 97% of climate experts agree humans are causing global warming. They talk about temperature increases, rising oceans, mass animal extinctions, increase in rains and floods and drought. Food production will be affected, and there could be mass migration because of climate change. Various scientists state that we have until 2030 or 2042 or we are on the path to destruction. What can we do? Can we price fossil fuels to the point that people stop using them? It doesn't appear that a totally reliable energy source will soon be readily available. What do we do? The Paris Agreement on Climate Control and through the UN aims to keep the increase in global temperatures well below 2 degrees Celsius this century. It was signed by 196 countries. Let's look at the facts. The vast majority of the countries are in various states of development. They are seeking an improved life that takes energy to produce it. Most of these countries can't afford to develop alternate energy sources. So it seems to reduce carbon emissions, we will need to have the major contributors change the way. The biggest CO2 emitters are China, India, the US, Japan, and Russia. Here is the percentage that each country is dependent on fossil fuels for their energy. China 70%, India 75%, US 81%, Japan 88.9%, Russia 68%. It is unlikely that they can all switch to renewable energy quickly. It is estimated in 2040 fossil fuels will still supply 60% of our energy needs. It's almost impossible to reach the Paris Accords temperature level unless trillions of dollars are spent. And even then, it's most likely the goal won't be reached. We can't close down our entire energy section, destroy the world economy and possibly food production. It might be a lot better to get countries to switch to natural gas, which is cleaner burning than coal. Gradually work to build renewable energy sources that are reliable. Make more energy efficient appliances and machinery. Make more energy efficient vehicles. Work on solutions to fight drought and adjust agriculture to the new reality. Work on massive carbon reclamation projects. Make reforestation a global priority to help absorb CO2. Really address world poverty, hunger, and the need for clean water and economic security. Develop new techniques to control flooding by putting control measures in place to offset this flooding. Put on a worldwide effort to remove plastic and other pollutants from our oceans, since they can be a new source of food and raw materials. The scientists have the technology to control climate change, reduce CO2 levels, and offer workable solutions to solve climate change. All of these things can be accomplished by the trillions of dollars that would have been used to reduce the temperature by 1 degree or so. Climate change is real, but it's not the end of our world. We have the resources, money, and ingenuity to resolve this. Humanity has overcome many disasters and become stronger because of it. It's our choice as to the kind of world we live in. Let me have your thoughts. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Joe's Corner 76. You can hear me on Anchor FM, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Stitchers at Joe's Corner 76. Be safe until we meet again.